Welcome to our channel. Today, we journey through some of the most awe-inspiring moments in the life of Jesus Christ, his miracles. From healing the sick, to feeding thousands with meager provisions, to walking on water, these acts of divine power reveal his compassion, authority, and the love of God. Throughout history, miracles have captivated the human imagination. They stand as extraordinary events that defy the laws of nature as we know them, leaving us to ponder their possibility and their significance. In the realm of spirituality, miracles are often attributed to a higher power, a testament to the boundless possibilities that exist beyond our understanding. Let's explore the miracles of Jesus, events that continue to inspire faith and hope in millions across the globe. Before we dive into specific miracles, let's understand their purpose. Why did Jesus perform these extraordinary feats? Were they merely displays of power meant to astound and amaze? Or did they hold a deeper meaning? Jesus' miracles weren't just displays of power, they were signs of his divine authority, a glimpse into the reality of God's kingdom here on earth. Each miracle served as a beacon of hope, illuminating the transformative power of faith and the boundless compassion of the divine. They demonstrated God's love for humanity, a love so profound that it extended beyond the spiritual realm and into the physical world. These miracles were not merely spectacles, they were acts of mercy, healing, and restoration, revealing the heart of God who cared deeply for the suffering of his creation. Through these miracles, Jesus reached out to the marginalized, the forgotten, and the afflicted, demonstrating that every life held inherent value in the eyes of God. In a world often shrouded in doubt and uncertainty, Jesus' miracles offered a glimpse of the divine, a reminder that the impossible was indeed possible with God. They challenged the established order, defying the limitations of human understanding and the constraints of the physical world. More than just isolated events, Jesus' miracles were woven into the fabric of his teachings. They served as illustrations of his message, providing tangible evidence of the truths he proclaimed. Each miracle served as a parable in action, conveying profound spiritual lessons that transcended the limitations of words. Throughout history, the image of the healer has held a place of reverence and awe in cultures across the globe. In the gospel accounts of Jesus' life, we encounter a healer who possessed an authority that transcended the limitations of human ability. Jesus' healing miracles were not merely acts of physical restoration, they were profound displays of divine power and boundless compassion. One such miracle, recounted in the Gospel of Matthew, tells the story of a leper who, driven by desperation and a glimmer of hope, approached Jesus and pleaded for healing. "Lord," the man cried out, "if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus, moved by compassion, reached out his hand and touched the man, uttering the words, "I am willing, be clean." And in that instant, the leprosy vanished, the man's skin restored to its former state. This act of healing transcended the physical realm. It was a restoration of dignity, a welcome back into the fold of human connection. In another account, found in the Gospel of John, we encounter a man blind from birth. Jesus, using a mixture of mud and his own saliva, anointed the man's eyes and instructed him to wash in the pool of Siloam. As the man obeyed, a miracle unfolded. Sight was restored, and for the first time, the man beheld the world in all its vibrancy and detail. Perhaps the most awe-inspiring healing miracle performed by Jesus is the raising of Lazarus. Lazarus, a dear friend of Jesus, had fallen ill and died. Upon arriving at Bethany, Jesus was met with the grief of Lazarus' sisters, Mary and Martha. Jesus, deeply moved by their sorrow, approached the tomb where Lazarus had been laid, and with a loud voice commanded, "Lazarus, come forth!" And to the astonishment of all those present, Lazarus emerged from the tomb, alive and well. Chapter 3. Feeding the Multitudes. Imagine a vast, sprawling hillside bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. Thousands upon thousands of people have gathered, drawn by the teachings and miracles of Jesus. As the day wears on, hunger sets in, a collective rumble that echoes across the multitude. The disciples, practical and concerned, approach Jesus and express their apprehension. "This is a desolate place," they say, "and the hour is now late. Send the crowds away to go into the villages and buy food for themselves." Jesus, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, turns to his disciples and says, "They do not need to go away, you give them something to eat." The disciples, perplexed, respond with a hint of incredulity, "We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. A young boy, his heart filled with generosity and faith, steps forward, offering his humble lunch, 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish, to Jesus. Jesus, taking the loaves and fish in his hands, looks up to heaven and gives thanks. He breaks the bread and distributes it to the disciples, who in turn share it with the multitude. And then, something miraculous occurs. As if multiplied by an unseen hand, the bread and fish expand, seemingly out of nowhere, enough to satisfy the hunger of every single person present. When the meal is over, the disciples collect 12 baskets full of leftover fragments, a testament to the abundance that flows from a place of faith and surrender. The feeding of the 5,000 stands as a timeless reminder that with God, all things are possible. Chapter 4. Walking on Water. The Sea of Galilee, a body of water nestled amidst the hills of Galilee, was known for its sudden and violent storms. On one such stormy evening, after the miraculous feeding of the 5,000, the disciples found themselves in a boat, battling against the wind and waves. Darkness enveloped the sky, and the boat, tossed about like a toy, seemed perilously close to capsizing. Fear gripped the hearts of the disciples as they struggled to maintain control amidst the chaos. Suddenly in the distance, they saw a figure walking towards them on the surface of the water. Their fear intensified, their minds unable to comprehend what their eyes were witnessing. Jesus, his voice cutting through the roar of the wind and waves, called out to them, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." Peter, his initial fear giving way to a surge of excitement and perhaps a touch of doubt, called back to Jesus, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." Jesus, ever ready to meet his followers where they were, simply said, "Come." And Peter, stepping out of the relative safety of the boat, began to walk on the water towards Jesus. For a few glorious moments he experienced the impossible, his faith buoying him up, the laws of nature seemingly suspended. But then, doubt crept in. Peter took his eyes off Jesus, focusing instead on the raging storm around him. The wind howled, the waves crashed, and Peter began to sink. "Lord, save me," he cried out, his faith momentarily faltering. Jesus, without hesitation, reached out his hand and caught Peter, gently lifting him back onto the surface of the water. The miracle of Jesus walking on water is a powerful metaphor for the journey of faith. Chapter 5. What the miracles mean for us. The miracles of Jesus, though they took place centuries ago, continue to resonate with profound relevance in our lives today. They are not merely tales of wonder and amazement, they are timeless truths, woven into the fabric of the human experience, offering guidance, hope, and inspiration for our own journeys of faith. One of the most significant lessons we can glean from Jesus' miracles is the transformative power of faith. In nearly every miracle account, we encounter individuals who approach Jesus with a deep-seated belief in his power to heal, to provide, to overcome the impossible. The leper who pleaded for cleansing, the blind man who sought sight, the woman who touched the hem of Jesus' garment in faith, all experienced the miraculous because they dared to believe. Their faith, often raw and desperate, served as a conduit for God's power to flow. Jesus' miracles also serve as a poignant reminder of the importance of compassion in our lives. Time and time again, we witness Jesus moved by the suffering of others. He heals the sick, feeds the hungry, comforts the grieving, and welcomes the outcast. His actions are a testament to the boundless love and mercy that reside at the heart of God. In a world often marred by indifference and self-preservation, Jesus' example challenges us to open our hearts to the needs of those around us. It calls us to move beyond our comfort zones, to reach out to the marginalized, to be instruments of healing and hope in a world desperate for compassion. Perhaps the most enduring message we can glean from Jesus' miracles is the importance of trust in God's plan, even when we don't fully understand it. Jesus' miracles invite us to trust in his presence even when we cannot see the path ahead. They remind us that he is always with us, guiding us, protecting us, and working all things together for our good. Jesus' miracles, those extraordinary acts of power and compassion, continue to inspire and challenge us today. They reveal his divine nature, his deep empathy for humanity, and his unwavering commitment to healing, restoring, and transforming lives. They invite us to believe in the impossible, to trust in the unseen, and to embrace a faith that can move mountains. May we, like the recipients of those ancient miracles, approach life with open hearts, expectant spirits, and an unshakable belief in the power of God to work wonders in our midst. If you've been inspired by this exploration of Jesus' miracles, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear about your own experiences with the miraculous. How have Jesus' miracles impacted your faith journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, may God's love and blessings surround you.